you know the deal, and also like the video. Today I'm going to go through my trades again for this week. Obviously it's a little bit early, teams haven't been announced or anything, so I'm just going to take a crack at it. I mean, the last couple of weeks after I made my trades anyway, I kind of left them the same, so it's not like I made any difference that I didn't know what the teams are going to be like. I mean what the ins and outs are going to be like, because nothing really changed. But I'm joined by my dog again. He's very opinionative about my SuperCoach scores. My partner's here too, but she couldn't care less about SuperCoach. If anything, it's probably bothering that I've talked so much about SuperCoach in such a brief period of time. But let's begin. Ridley's back. Oh, so glad to have Ridley back, because I scored a 0 and I lost to my opponent by 19 points. Frustrating, very frustrating. Stuart, he was great. Well, not great, but decent. Clark and Short, pretty ordinary performances from the two of them, but they'll bounce back. Giat, I think that's how I pronounce his name. Pretty sure that's how I pronounce his name. Also, it's freakishly cold again, like last week. I don't know what it is about Wednesday mornings, but they are just cold. Like, it is misty as fuck. Anyway, Giat was good. Kaczynski was amazing. I'm going to keep him. Apparently Highmore's playing this week. And I'm going to hold on to Jones. I know that he's going to be back in a month, but I am going to hold on to Jones. Let's check that. Good. Bontempelli, pretty good. Merritt, good. I brought in Walsh. Did not regret that at all. I was contemplating either Walsh or Lyons. Lyons was a lot more expensive than Walsh was. And Walsh scored better. Walsh has been in better form. I'm not regretting that decision at all. Boak, another solid performance. Brayshaw, Powell. Powell's been really good lately. He's been getting better week by week. And then Goulden and Campbell. I'm thinking of getting rid of both of them this week. But unfortunately, I only have 2 trades and I have to get rid of Dunkley because of the fact that he's going to be out for the next 3 months. So Dunkley has to go. I'd probably keep Goulden and get rid of Campbell. But obviously, if the teams are announced and Goulden's dropped and Campbell's playing somehow, then I'll probably switch that up. Grundy 153, Flynn 70. Yeah, I'll take both of those. Dunkley 132 is pretty good, but unfortunately he's out for the next 3 months. Zeeble, very tempted to put him as my captain. Zorko good. Dustin Martin, there are a lot of people that are trading Dustin Martin away. I think he was the 2nd or 3rd most traded out player this week, which is stupid. He is only absent for 1 game due to concussion, okay? He's coming back next week. And no, his ankle injury is not long term. He had a little ankle niggle, which wouldn't have prevented him from playing this week. That's what his coach Hardwick has said. It wouldn't have prevented him from playing this week, but the week's rest will do him better with that ankle injury, and he will be fitter and stronger and firing as soon as he returns. And you know what? You're going to be everyone that's traded him out is going to be regretting getting rid of him. Danaher, I'm just going to keep him and hold him for a bit. I reckon he could push to about 400k. He's in pretty good form. He's not a problem at the moment, so I'm keeping him. Rao, look, I was thinking of getting rid of him, but again, I have other issues which are greater than Rowe. McCreary, look, I was happy with his performance. He's gone up in price, so I'll just keep him for a bit. And Waterman, surprised that he got dropped. Very surprised that he got dropped, sadly. But, oh well. So, and I forgot about Scott, I want to get rid of Dow so bad, but I can't. I'm just hoping that he comes back into Carlton's side, play some decent footy, and maybe he can get to about 250k mark, and then I'll just ditch him. But I have bigger issues, and at the moment Dow is taking up way too much cash for a player that's not even playing. And then when he does play, he plays shit anyway, so I don't really know what to do. With him, I have bigger issues. So Campbell and Goulden, I have to get rid of them because they're dropping in value. So I don't want to lose all that cash that I've essentially made in the first 6 games. So I think for me, we're gonna trade out Dunkley, and we're gonna trade out. I'm I haven't decided whether it's going to be Goulden or Campbell. I'm thinking Campbell now, Goulden next week. I think the chances of Goulden having a bigger game this week is higher than Campbell having a bigger game this week. Just a personal opinion. My hands are numb, so this is going to be interesting. Now, who am I bringing in? Now, I saw this cool post on Facebook, on the SuperCoach fandom page. Let's see if I can get to it. Saying Atu Bosnevolgi. I'm pretty sure that's how I pronounce his name. If I'm incorrect, which I probably am, then oops. He's a North Melbourne forward, 175k, decent price. Obviously, a little bit pricey for a younger player, but that's because he's technically not a debutant. He played for Collingwood for a bit before making a move. He's played 2 games, so he's right at that threshold. He's about to bump up in value. Has shown that he could be a decent scorer. He's actually playing around halfback, which is pretty much where the ball is at for North Melbourne all the time. So North Melbourne defenders is where you want to go. Probably why Zeebel's scoring so much. The other one is Connor Menadue, the former Tiger, 201. His value is $201,000 though. And I feel like that is too strong for a player that's played 2 games, not consecutively. So he's played a game, got dropped, came back a few weeks later, played another game. He played a really good game on the weekend. But I don't know, as a Tiger fan, I remember him at Richmond and he wasn't very good. He wasn't that good. I couldn't believe how many games he got at Richmond. That's just my personal opinion. And now he's at North Melbourne. So putting him in my SuperCoach team while he's at North Melbourne, who are not very good, it just doesn't make any sense. And for that price, I mean, yeah, he's played a lot of football at Richmond in the past, but someone like Tyson Goldsack, who had played a lot more football and a lot better football than him at Collingwood, has started at a lower price after returning from a year out. So, I don't know. Connor Menadue, I feel like he's too expensive. If he was a lot cheaper, if he was at a rookie value, if he was around 130k, might take the punt. But at 201,000, I don't see very much room for growth. He'll probably get to about 250, and is it really worth my time? Probably not. Jai Farah is another one at Gold Coast, 184. He's a forward. See, I was thinking him. I do like him, but Bosneva, I'm going to call him Atu by his first name because that is way easier to pronounce. Atu, he's at a lower price. He's playing for a team that is struggling just a little bit more than Gold Coast, which means that spots probably aren't up for grabs as much as what they are for Gold Coast. And also, he's playing mostly defence, which means that he's going to probably get the ball more than if he was playing up forward for an ordinary team like Jai. So for me, I feel like Atu's probably the guy to go to if I'm going to be getting rid of either Campbell or Goulden or Dunkley. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm actually going to trade out Dunkley for Atu. That's what I'm thinking, which is going to give me a lot of cash. And then I'm going to trade up from Campbell to, I could probably have a Ford McGrath, to be honest. That's a big upgrade. I mean, in all fairness, both Dunkley and McGrath, I mean, they've both been in incredible form, but it's kind of like is that a sideways? I don't know if it's a sideways or not. I mean, that's what I'm thinking personally. Or the other option is maybe go for someone slightly cheaper, like who is it? Like what's his name? Clayton Oliver, and then go have some reserve cash and potentially then trade Goulden next week up for someone else. You know, that might be the way to go. Now, on my watch list as well, Martin Frederick, Port Adelaide. He's a 123,000. He's a defender. He scored 88 points in round 6, but he's also not at that threshold yet. So we'll see how he goes. And with a lot of defensive injuries at Port Adelaide, I suppose he's probably going to get more games. Someone to watch in the future though. Riley, Phil Thorpe. Wow, that's a commentator's nightmare. Phil Thorpe, ruck forward, 202, kind of pricey, but had a really good game on the weekend for Adelaide. Definitely someone on my watch radar and someone that I want to bring into the team. It's just that it'll be in 2 weeks when he reaches that threshold, depending on how he plays and depending on how he gets selected. Orio's not even paying attention to my SuperCoach trades this week. He's preoccupied. Smell something. Oh, okay. He's not liking my opinions. He thinks that I should bring Thrillthorpe in now, but it's not at that threshold. And last time I did that was Lockie Jones, and that backfired horribly. And that was your decision, Oreo. That was your choice, and you fucked up. Findlay McCrare, he's same last name as the Bulldog, but unfortunately, not as good, apparently. Well, he might be. I mean, it was his debut, his first game or something. 126,900 forward midfielder. It was his first game or second game, I can't remember. Anyway, he scored 39, not that impressive. Collingwood's not doing very well. Forward midfielder, I feel like Atu is a better option than him. So I'm just going to go with Atu. I don't want to go with 2 Collingwood rookies in my forward line on my bench. It doesn't sound like a good idea. It just sounds like a stupid idea if I was to do that. Nathan Murphy, another Collingwood player. This one's a defender though, played his first game, not in the threshold yet. These guys aren't in the threshold, so you're going to have to wait. I probably will make a call. I think Oreo's freaking out. Doesn't like the trucks. You get them, Oreo. Go. It's either that or he really disagrees with my trade options, which he does. But let's be real. Oreo's not very experienced at SuperCoach himself. It's the whole no opposable thumb sort of thing. He hits the keyboard, but nothing really happens. No, he's ashamed. And the other one was, where was it? There was a hold. Buy, watch. That's just a meme. There was a hold section. I may have not screenshot it, which is kind of stupid now that I think about it. But the hold section was, well, for me, was Rao. That was the only one that I was really interested in. I feel like, and there was a sell section too. I wonder if I can get it. Let me go on my SuperCoach. Oh, let me go on the. Nope, that's not it. So let's go SuperCoach. SuperCoach. No. I wonder if it comes up. Yeah, you're just going to go through my newsfeed for a bit. Let's see if it comes up. There is really... someone posted the article that I posted on the same page as I posted it on. Where is my... I'll just look up SuperCoach. I think it's Serious there it is. Serious SuperCoaches. I think it was... If there was a post here somewhere. And it is gone, I think. It is gone. It is gone. But yeah, there was a post about who to keep and who to get rid of. They were saying to sell Goulden and Campbell, which I agree with, but I can't afford to sell both because of the Dunkley issue. I also can't have... I don't think it's an issue, but they were telling me to sell Tyler Brockman, which is stupid because he's not playing, he's not decreasing in any value. I feel like when he gets back in the team, he's going to increase in value. He's a dual position player. Hawthorn's not a great team, which means they're probably going to play their kids again. So he's going to come back in the team. Personally, I'm going to be keeping Brockman. I don't think that he's definitely not the biggest concern. I'm really hoping Highmore plays this week, but I get Ridley back, which means I have a full strength backline, which is going to be amazing to have considering it's been a tough few weeks. But ironically, I've scored my 2 best results in a long time in the last 2 games, despite me having a donut as well, and having players like, Ridley that goes down and scores 31 the week before, or Dustin Martin that went down and scored 39. I've still managed to score these really big scores. I'm pretty happy with them. But let's stop crapping on. Let's make some decisions. So I'm going to get rid of Dunkley. That is the first one. I can't believe I'm getting rid of him. We're bringing in lowest price, because it's just easier. We're bringing in, what's his name? Etu. Oh, I think I passed him. I did, yep. So he's scored some decent scores too. He scored 72 and 62. He's going up in value. He scored a 72 against quality opposition. Fremantle, look, they're actually playing some good footy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but they're actually playing good football. And he still scored well against them. I think that this is the kid that I should, you're in the way, that I should go with. So, Atu in, complete trade. Yep, so you see that? I'm gonna screenshot that. Josh Dunkley out. In Atu Bozovagi. Boz N Volagi. I'm really sorry, Atu. I am horrible at pronouncing names. Let's confirm. That's going to leave me with a shit ton of cash now. Look at that. How much cash do I have? 532,900 to go with. Man, I wish that was real money. And now we can trade away Campbell for a really good player. Like, I mean a really good player. I can actually probably even trade away Flynn and get Gorn. Ooh, that is tempting. That is real tempting. And just have that solid ruckman there. Surely Gorn's going to drop in value eventually, though. I should have got him at the start of the year when he did drop in value. I think I'll hold off. I think I've got other issues first. Flynn's still making cash, still performing some decent footy. I do plan on upgrading my ruckman later on, but I usually like to upgrade my ruckman just before finals. So I'll have 1-star ruckman all year, which is the Grundy. I thought he was at a good price when I picked him up, because I picked him up at, when he dropped. And then I have one ruckman that's playing some decent football, and like Flynn, who's going up in value. And then at the end of the year, I just make a trade and I end up with like Grundy and Nat Nui or Grundy and Gorn or something like that. I've made a very interesting trade. I know that like people are probably looking at this like, wow, he traded Dunkley for Atu. Not the best decision I've ever made, but let's see. Campbell, because now if you look at this, I'm going to trade Campbell. And look how much cash I have. I have 768. I don't actually think I can afford. I don't think I can afford Grundy anyway. 768. That's a lot of cash. That is a lot of cash to play with. Now, Cameron Guthrie could be a good one to pick up. 104, 124, 163, 105. Had a bad game at 75, but then he bounced back with 144. He's actually been in some really good form. He has scored the third most, so he'd be just below Dunkley in scoring. That could be a really good sideways trade. He's pretty cheap at the moment. Cam Guthrie as well. He's not the typical. Yeah, everyone picks the same players. They always pick the same players. Like the Clayton Olivers, it's kind of boring. Sometimes taking a risk, it can be kind of fun. You know who I've been really eyeing off though? I've been really eyeing a Joel Selwood, 512. I said it at the start of the year, and I wish I took the punt on him when he was in the mid 300,000s, because like he started at 445k. 101, 132, 96, 104, 88, 136. Like these are really good scores. Like they're really good scores. But I think Cam Guthrie is probably the better option. Petrarca, he's another one that I could potentially, like I have so much cash, like I could just get anyone that I really want in the back line. In the midfield, sorry. I can get McRae. If I really wanted to get McRae, I can get McRae today. But I'm thinking more long-term in the sense that if I get a player that's cheaper, I'll have cash in the bank to then upgrade Goulden next week and I get another solid player. So I get 2 solid players instead of one star player. So I get 2 players that score 100 rather than 1 player that scores 150. it just makes sense to me to go down that route. Because those players also have the capability of scoring 150. I mean, look at it. Guthrie actually scored more than Jack McGrath this week, or last week, you know? So we've seen what Cam Guthrie can do. Oh, that's a tough one. To go with Guthrie. I mean, Mundy's been in good form too, but I don't know about Mundy. Let's take a look at Mundy's scores. I know that he's been in some really good form this year. 73, 134, 96, 110, 145, 145. I feel like he's gone up in value too much, Mundy. It's a bit too much. I don't think that he could consistently perform at, come on, Aria. Consistently perform at 145. He's probably due for a down game. Lions, I do like him. I had him in my team last year, didn't regret it, but he's now trickled just over that 600k mark. That wouldn't leave me with that much cash later on. Clayton Oliver's this is probably as cheap as I'm going to get Clayton Oliver. Let's take a look at him. Melbourne's in red hot form at the moment. 122, 133, 67. That's a really bad game. 67, 130, 115, 114. He's about to skyrocket in value, potentially, if he keeps on performing at that level. We know that Clayton Oliver is a big SuperCoach scorer. We know that he's consistent. We know that he's been great over a long period of time. But Cam Guthrie is a little bit cheaper. Not by much, it's by 9k, so it's not by much, but so do I go the Guthrie or do I go the Oliver? Guthrie, there are a lot of other players that can potentially steal points from him at Geelong. And Geelong have only just started getting into some decent form. Melbourne, they had a big win on the weekend. Personally, I'm swaying more to the Guthrie. He's been in better form. I just want to look at his stats again. He's been in better form. 104, 124. Like, it's been... Even his lows have been better than... But he's going down. He is going down in value, which is strange considering he's scoring quite well. I might be able to pick him up next week. If he continues to go down in value, because that 75 is still there. Under that 3-game, because they do an average over 3 games. A 75 is still there, so that 75 is going to be there next week. So he needs to break even. He's probably going to have to score another big figure. If he scores just over 100, he's probably still going to reduce in value, or if he does, it's not going to go up that much. I might be able to get him next week with an interesting trade. Clayton Oliver's going up in value, so now is probably the time to grab Clayton if I want him. I'm going to make the trade. All right, Clayton Oliver it is. And that leaves me with quite a bit of cash. Complete. Boom. So we've got, I've got Clayton Oliver, wherever. Oreo, what are you doing? Oh, you think I should have gone with Guthrie? Oh, well, considering you were the one that told me to captain Paddy Dow the other day, I'm not going to go with Guthrie because you obviously know nothing about footy. Although you do watch a lot of football with me, so you should know something about it now. Clayton Oliver, yeah, I think I'll take Oliver. He's going to go up in value quite a bit, I have a feeling, and then he's going to be in the 600s, and I don't know. I don't want to pick up a 600. I'd rather pick him up just below 600 now, like he is. Guthrie's still going down in value, so I'll get him at a good price. Goulden, he's going to be the one that I'm going to trade out. He might even be on my bench, depending. He might even be on my bench, depending if he doesn't play or not. We have to see. Obviously, if Walsh gets selected and Goulden does not, I'm going to change this to Goulden traded out, Walsh in. So it depends on which one plays this week and which one doesn't play this week. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out on the team sheets for that. I'll keep Atu on the field, I think. We're going to have to go with that. Obviously, Dustin Martin, you know, he's not playing this week. So I'm just going to do this. He's not playing, so there's no point having him as my emergency. Hopefully Waterman plays, so there's someone there as my emergency. My forward line is shit. I'm fully aware how bad my forward line is at the moment. I'm fully aware, but it's slowly progressing. I'm fixing this midfield, right, first, and then I'm progressing down, and I will fix that forward line. Like if you think about it, Martin comes in. Rowe, he's been actually all right. He's scored some big scores this year, and he's also scored some poor ones. I want McCreary and Atu to be on the bench, ideally, and have more depth in the forward line. Who knows? I might not even go with Guthrie in the end next week, because, I mean, I want to go for Guthrie, but I might not. I might end up picking someone that can play forward. I was thinking side bottom, but side arse has been a bit meh this year, so I haven't made a full decision. He did play a really good game on Anzac Day though, so, but I'll look at him as well. Now, they're my trades for this week. Again, I will make a decision on either Goulden or Campbell, depending on who's selected and who's not. And if Atu doesn't play, obviously I'm going to have to change that too, but I'm assuming Atu's going to play. He actually played a really good game on the weekend. I will be back same time, same place next week. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please do make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on this. I'm assuming you're going to watch this on YouTube later on as well. So please do make sure to subscribe and also like the video. The blog, where I post a bunch of news for SuperCoach theories as well as some other options for trading in and outs, is available in the description below, nerdsforlife.com. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.